equation. It's two sides to the equation. Me, when I first got here, I didn't know what I believed in. I didn't know what I believed in. I was so young and immature. I ain't know nothing about God. I ain't know nothing about nothing. All I knew was life was a great big party. So I thought anyway. I ain't find that out until I got 30 years old. That life ain't a party. I go through the system, they give me 50 years, 25 years suspension. That's why I made the these people ain't no good. They'll lock your ass up for life. Once y'all make it into the system, like I did, some people in the system that been in there for 30, 35 years. More years than you are chronologically than you got. You know, you in your 20s, you see people been here 30 years. And you know what? Like as it goes, when you were in your 20s and you saw these dudes and they're 35 and 40 years old, you said, man, what's up with them? I ain't gonna be doing that shit when I get to be 35, 40 years old. Then you get to be 35, 40, you still doing it. And you see the dudes that's 55 and 60. You said, well, you rationalize it again. I ain't gonna be doing this when I'm 55, 60 years old. Until you turn 65, 60, and you still doing it. Man, I told my wife, I said that the majority of the people that I see in these jails, they 35, 40, 45, 50 years old. That's why I continue to do it. If they were in their 20s, I wouldn't be doing it. I would throw my hands up. I believe in a second chance. You know what my wife told me? She said, I think just the opposite. Fuck them 35, 40, 50-year-olds. Forget them. I will be working with the 20-year-olds. And I'm just telling you how some people think. I'm telling you how they think. You know what I'm saying? You think that they caught up in how old you are? No, no, no. You 35, 40, 50 years old. That's why some of the CEOs tell you when you leave, you'll be back. I'll see you when you come back. And they ain't trying to be funny. The future, a lot of times, is based on the past. You already a retread. What are they supposed to think? Oh, this time, he's going to do something different. This time, he's going to make it. That ain't how people think, man. That ain't how people think. Not only that, that don't just start with the people here. We can go to your family. We can go to your family. Your family might think, man, it's like walking on eggshells. Like walking on eggshells. I don't know what he might do. And then you get out, you've been out for a month, and you mad because they won't loan you no money. You mad because they won't do this for you. And all you done did was pissed on them and told them it was raining. But they know the difference. It don't smell the same. I mean, the point being is we can come here and we can waste our time. We can waste our time, or either we can start doing something with ourselves. Point blank. We can start doing something with ourselves. And it don't happen, man. It don't happen overnight. Everybody need to understand there's two sides to the equation. You know what I'm saying? Two sides to the equation, you know? And you got to realize that, man. Let me tell you what I'm thinking. Some of us want things, we got goals, but we don't want to go through the process. I want to be rich, but I don't want to work for it. I want somebody to give it to me. If you done been here long enough, you know ain't nobody giving you nothing. You know what I'm saying? Some people, I talk about recovery. They come out, they want 5 years clean. They got 5 days. They don't want to go through the process, you know? What I like that somebody said, man, the best thing they can do, man, is find a good program. Connect yourself with a good program, man, so that you can find out who you are. The way it was told to me, it's you got a good side and you got a bad side. It just all depends on which side you feed. You continue to feed the bad side and then always say, I don't have no good luck. You got to do some good things. You got to do something different. You got to do something to feed the good side of you. You know? Man, thank God I got a wife that tells me all the time, man, I saw something good in you. I mean, there are some people that see things in you that you can't see in yourself. And believe me, that's true. Because you don't know who you are. You know? Man, we can learn how to walk like the dudes on the street. You know, we can walk like the dudes on the corner. We know how to mimic any and everybody because we don't know who we are. You know what I'm saying? Anything we see, oh man, I've been here long enough as a witness to see it. Anything we see, sagging pants, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Oh man, they sagging now, so I'm gonna wear mine like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, regardless of how disrespectful it may be, I'm gonna wear mine like that. You know what I'm saying? Man, we pick up on shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You know? What you have to understand is, you ain't a leader, you're a follower. You just following the wrong group. Follow a group that's gonna get you somewhere. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Follow a group that's gonna get you somewhere. Follow a group that's gonna add something to your life. You know what I'm saying? No problem. That's my piece for tonight. You know? Learn something while you're here. Don't just throw this away. Another question I got. What do y'all do? Anybody in here read? The last piece of information I saw before I came here was about brain teasers, brain games, things that we can do to keep our brain engaged. You know what I'm saying? Because once we leave here, man, we're going to have to think, man. We're going to have to use this. You know, we're going to have to figure out some things. You know? Brain games. Anybody play chess? Good game. Good game. That's a good brain teaser. Anybody do the crossword puzzle? Good game. Good brain teaser. Make you think. You know what I mean? But those are little things, man, that we can start doing. You know what I'm saying? That can change things, man. Change the way that I think. You know? And I mean, believe it, I saw this, man, about my son runs marathons. He had a quote the other day. If you want to run fast, you run by yourself. If you want to run long, you run with the group. You run with the group. You know? As we say, get with the herd. If you want to run long, get with the herd. Get with the herd. You want to run fast, you get out there. Bam, bam, bam. Man, I got a nice car. I got my new tennis shoes on. I got a nice sweatsuit on. You know what I'm saying? You're running fast. Shit just don't last. You know what I'm saying? Get with the herd, man. Get with the herd so you can run longer. I'm old school. When you're doing time like you're doing now, old schoolers will tell you, young blood, give yourself a break. Don't do nothing for a year. Just to stay out of the jail for a year. Can you stay out for a year? Because if you keep coming back every 6 months, or every 4 months, that means something's wrong. It's a hole in your program. Take a look at it. Every 6 months, you back. Yeah. But anyway, get with the herd, man. Run with the herd, man. In case y'all don't know, man, this man I'm about to introduce, he the one came up with that slogan, man. Hey, get with the herd, get with the herd. Man. And he got a program, man. I ain't saying you got to get with his program, but it wouldn't be a bad idea. You know what I mean? For y'all that don't know him, this is John Shinhauser. President Emeritus of McShin.
day.
Yeah.
How you doing, man? I love you.
Hey, and John been working his tail off, man, since January, man.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
I have.
So much so that I recognized it when I mean, for the last week, I recognized what he's been doing,
That's
man.
what happens when you abdicate the throne, that you end up working for the crown. You work 10 times harder.
10 times harder, man.
So,
And he been doing it.
are we good over here? I don't hear no sound. I think it's on. My first time. I get beer, man. It says green light. Ow! How's that? We figured that one out. Hey, for the new folks, I'm John Shenholz. I'm the co-founder of McShin, President Emeritus, and now Senior Peer over at McShin. We appreciate the sheriff allowing us to come in here every other week and do a presentation, give you all a good hope shot, bring in some quality speakers. And I noticed, I was talking to some of the fellas earlier, and I said, you folks, you spend 6 days and 23 hours together in your pods. You come in here for roughly an hour, so please pay attention. You know, restrain from crosstalk until you get back in. It just makes it more palatable for us and our speakers. Most of you do a good job, and we really appreciate that. We're not going to do a question and answer at the end of our speaker today because we got one guy's going to come up and say a few words before our main speaker. And our main speaker, I mean, he's a bomb. You're going to love him. But I brought a guy down tonight. We drove from Richmond to here, and he explained to me his situation and story. I met him earlier. He's an alumni of the RISE program. He wanted to come back and show his face that recovery is possible. But I started interrogating him, right? And he's from New York, so it's difficult to have a conversation. You ask a question, it's like a 5-minute nothing, but more bullshit. I said, look, I asked you a question, so I interrogated him. This is what I came up with. It took me about an hour to get what I'm going to tell you in less than 5 minutes. He came through the RISE program. He went to another educational program. He did attend one of these meetings and hear us talk. And he got kicked out of the other one for bad behavior. But they did release him one day, a couple months ago, out at West. So he got his backpack. He walked to the local seedy motel. He had just enough junk in there to sell and make $15. So he buys a pack of Newport. He hadn't smoked in 4 months. So the first thing he does is take up an addiction that he can't afford. So chalk one up for the home team. And he had enough money to get on the bus to go downtown and cop. For somehow you can get a $20 rock for $5. I don't know how that's possible, but being from New York, he got game, right? So he's riding the bus to go cop a $20 rock for $5. Now you can imagine at this point in time in my conversation, as I'm interrogating him, trying to get the truth and get the real stuff going on out of his brain, because he was sugarcoating the hell out of this. So on the bus, he eyeballs a chick. You know what he's thinking. And they get off the bus to catch another bus to the $20/$5 rock spot. And he asked the chick about the bus schedule, and the girl tells him, pulls up her phone and shows him the schedule, and they get to talking. And it finds out this girl's in recovery. Okay, she got several years clean. And this person shares with the girl how he just got out of jail, he's going to go cop. And she said, you think that's a good idea? You know, maybe I can help you find some help. So what they did at this point, she talked him into going with her to go to RBHA, I believe was the spot. They got immediate assessment. Now, RBHA, they did an assessment and said, yeah, you're definitely screwed up as Hogan's goat. Here's a bunch of referrals. And somehow he got into a motel room that night. I don't know who paid for it, how that happened. Huh? $5. And then the next day, he hustled. Oh, the RBHA gave him a prescription, I think, for Seroquel. Somehow Seroquel's in the mix. Who? Jail gave it to you. All right. So the second night, he's in this seedy motel crying up the Seroquel, snorting it. So on the third, and the girl is staying in touch with him, trying to help him mentor and navigate him to doing something better than ruining his life coming back to jail. Somehow he ends up in they go to the hospital for several days. He checks into the psych ward, and they hooked him up with some outpatient program that put him up in the seedy motel to go do their IOP. And this motel was full of drug dealers and hookers, right? I think that's the way the story went. Well, that only lasted a day. And then the girl said, well, let's try to get you in McShin. And this is over a weekend. And, you catch somebody at the weekend on Saturday night, it's hard to say, come over, we got a sober house bed. But Monday morning, they came to McShin, and they put him in McSunny House. And they gave him 4 weeks scholarship, enough time to get his head right, get off the streets. He since has found full-time employment, and this past week he paid his $140 bed fee on the 5th week, and he's all excited that this is a miracle thing here, if you stop and think about it. His disease had him going one way. Some unknown recovery person meets up with this person at a bus stop, befriends him. He stays engaged enough to follow directions, and the whole way down here, besides listening to the Brooklyn bullshit, I find out he's got, a couple kids, and he's since got reintroduced to a couple of his kids and went to visit them down in Norfolk. He got that done. Very excited about his career opportunities. He's already talking about leaving this boss for another company, making more money. But we'll have to talk on the way back about letting that guy down so soon. But the point is, he did find McShin. To answer your question earlier, how to get in McShin, I do know this much. If you walk across our parking lot, if we have space available, you'll get it. If we don't, we will carry you to a spot. Even if it's a healing place for a week or two till a bed opens up, we'll do our best to get you in the herd. And that was Daniel Payne came up with that slogan for us, getting the herd. He was our first executive director. He now owns Widespread Solution Painting Company. I think he did about $5 million last year in business. The best paint contractor in Richmond, but a brilliant person with recovery. In any event, with that being said, Daniel wanted to say a couple words. Give Daniel a hand. We'll give you a mic. Is that working? Test, test, test.
There we go. How's everybody doing tonight?
You got 5 minutes, and I'm counting. You just used up 4 minutes and 50 seconds.
Visitors pass a lot better than the handcuffs, man. I'll tell you that. All right. All I'm here to say tonight is that the programs work if you give yourself to it. If you give yourself to your higher power, and you believe in yourself, and you get rid of all that shit in your head, all right, you can have a new life. Look, I got brand new Air Maxes on, buddy, and I got a fresh pair of Reebok Classics in the closet. I love life. I've always loved life. I just hated myself sometimes, and it led me to doing drugs, okay? And I blamed everybody else but myself. Well, today I take accountability and responsibility. And John, as he said, I saw my children, that everybody who knows me was a huge thing that kept me. I'm not Ghost anymore. Ghost is dead. My name is Danny, all right? You got to get rid of the street name. You got to be who you are. Love yourself, forgive yourself, and stay clean.
Put that back. That's the shortest conversation the man from Brooklyn ever had, or Long Island, or Queen. Let me get that straight. Man, you started worrying me. You were jumping out here full of spit and fire, and I'm thinking, holy shit, 60 days, how'd you do it? Anyway, that's a recovery thing. All right, look, Kevin gonna come up here and be real for you guys. I recommend you pay close attention to this man. He is a beast of a speaker, an incredible recovery warrior. I've heard his story multiple times. I always welcome the opportunity to listen to this man because I learn from him every time he opens his mouth. He's for real. He really he don't play. He's a serious man. And if you ever get out and you get in recovery, you're looking for a sponsor, I recommend you look for this guy, okay? This man is full of wisdom, experience, strength, and hope. And if a guy like Kevin can stop using drugs, lose that desire, and find a new way to live, I know you can too. So let's give it up for Kevin, man.
I guess I got to scream. I'm an addict named Kevin. Oh. And I looked at everybody when they came out, and I see one guy that I know, and he right there. Good to see you, bro. It's good to see you, man. When they were saying things that we need, man, when we leave up out of here, I was paying attention and all, man. And you know, and what I need in my life, man, on a daily basis is a God of my understanding. And some people are going to be too cool in their lifetime to get one. You know, you're going to follow the crowd, just like I heard the man saying. There's something about, man, when you get on God's team, things happen, Jack. When you get on God's team, things happen, Jack. You ain't got to look for no woman. A good one gonna find you. Just like she found me. Yeah. Yeah, see, because I wasn't thirsty for a woman. I was laying back enjoying recovery, and she found me. Through Facebook. I didn't know that shit was a dating site. I had a woman, man, FaceTiming me from Boston, Massachusetts, man. I had just moved on my own. She said, you got a girlfriend? I said, nah. She said, I'm going to fly down there in the next couple of weeks and see you. I said, all right, come on down. Got in the whip and picked her up at Bird Airport. And all I could see coming down that elevator was a pair of long-ass velvet boots. She came down here twice. I flew up there twice to meet her family. Next month marked 5 years we've been together, man. I heard this one man say something about a God, man, and that would have been my choice too, man. You know, I've been clean and sober, man. If I can make it to the 28th of next month, it'll be 17 blickums. 17 blickums, and I got mine on my arm. See, because pain, man, is a great-ass motivator. Pain, man. See, coming into this process of not drinking or drugging, first of all, it ain't for no pussies. It ain't for nobody who weak-minded. It ain't for nobody who trying to get the girl, trying to get the guy. This for somebody who ass been on the hot plate for a very long time, man. You know, I'm 59 years old. When I was in my 20s, I couldn't be told nothing. When I was in my 30s, I thought I knew everything, man. That's a recipe for disaster off top. If you think you know everything, man, and can't nobody tell you nothing, I feel bad for your ass, man. Because I had a 30-year run with trying to catch the devil, man. Serving the devil. Listening to two voices in my ear like I know y'all do every day. Y'all know all about God. It was born in you, man. You know all about God. You know how I know? Bet you called his goddamn name when you got in front of that judge, didn't you? Lord, please give me Please give me a break this time. You got a God of your convenience, but you don't know, man. God waiting on you, man. If people through with your ass, you'll be in the ground. And ain't no alarm clock wake you up this morning, Jack. It's something about this walk right here, man, when you get to know yourself on a spiritual level that makes some people afraid. A lot of people are scared. Noise, man, that silence brings. That shit that y'all doing here, I do it out there, because guess what? I lost my leg on a job 8 years ago. I ain't got to work no more in my goddamn life. Them people just dropped $20,000 in my account on the 8th of this month. And gonna do it every goddamn year for the rest of my life. Guess why? Because there weren't no drugs in my system when I got hurt. If someone would have been in there, you know what they would have said? Get his ass up out of here. He was on drugs. No, I want nothing in my system, man. I had 8 years clean, so let me get mine, hustler. Yeah, let me get mine. Yeah, let me get mine. Man, when you get on God's team, man, you ain't gonna, man, money can't buy peace. Money can't buy a good woman. I got a lot of material things. You know why? Because when I came in this bitch, I ain't had no drawers on. That's why. Yeah, I got beat up, Jack. And I was looking for one of them goddamn drug dealers who I stole from when I was out there when they came in here. The one who told me to lift my feet up, man. Goddamn, Charlie. What the fuck you got on your feet? Yeah, see, I was ridiculed to come in here, man. And at 42, I couldn't do it no more, man. I ain't want that shit if it was free, because it had did its job, man. Now, I got to find out, how do I live? What do? I don't know how to act. I lived a savage lifestyle, man. Grew up in Highland Park and started crack walk all through the 90s. They wouldn't kill me, though, because I was the one that was getting them the money. What the fuck they gonna kill me for? They need me. But you know what they was doing, man? They was keeping me away from around people that they was gonna kill. Kept stay away from around that motherfucker, man. Man, don't go around that dude right there, man. All my life, man, I didn't listen to good, godly advice. And when you don't listen to good, godly advice, there's a price to be paid, Jack. Your ass gonna pay a price if you don't listen, man. That's up to you. I ain't in here to tell nobody nothing. I know I learned my lesson. I want y'all to learn y'all's, man. This shit ain't about being no goddamn tough guy walking around busting sags and shit. You scared to be your goddamn self because you don't even know who you are, man. You don't even know who you are. You trying to portray you got a mask on, and people like me can see right through that shit, man. You know what it is? It's fear. Fuck everything and run. That's what it means, fear, man. Man, I'm glad, man, for the ass whooping that I took, man. I'm glad, man, because it made me who I am today. I work with John, man. I'm the guy to go down to city jail 3 days a week. More goddamn drugs down there in the jail than what it is out there in the street. And guess what? The inmates ain't bringing it in there. Sitting in the room talking to guys that tell me they ain't got no problem. I'm like, well, what the fuck you doing in here then? You know, I got a problem. All my life, man, couldn't nobody tell me nothing. My aunt used to tell me, boy, you so stupid, I know what you're going to do before you even do it. It's bad, man, for somebody to tell you they know what you're going to do before you even do it, man. Man, let me tell you something, man. We can change, man. These people all around these walls, some of these deputies, man, some of them might think that you can change, but you know what the majority of them thinking about people like us? Oh, he ain't gonna do nothing. He ain't gonna do nothing. I got a cousin named Cheryl who called me a crackhead bitch all through the 90s, who can't even look at my face when I come around here now, man. When I put them motherfucking yellow patent leather high top goddamn flames on with them goddamn shorts to match and went to that motherfucking cookout last summer, she couldn't even look at me. She whirled all the way around. And know what I did? I whirled all the way over there where she was and said, "What's up, cuz?" Yeah. Let me tell you something, man. You can't never count out what God got, man. I'm telling y'all guys, man, this is a spiritual program, man. This is a spiritual program. And then God sent me the woman who taught me how to love, because I ain't know, man. And if you chase drugs the way that I did, young ladies and guys, you don't know nothing about love, man. You know how I know? Because we more alike than different. I ain't know, man. I know how to treat a woman that ain't worth shit, though. Them the kind I like. The ones I tell to leave my wallet alone. When one come home and cook dinner, I look at her like she goddamn crazy. What you doing in there? Ain't you hungry? See, man, that shit fucked my mind up, man. And I'm gonna tell you, man, the longer you do drugs, it's gonna start fucking with your brain, man. That girl came down here and she would touch me, man, and I would jump like a motherfucker, man, because I ain't used to being touched. And the room is wham, bam, thank you, man. She had to teach me shit, man. And I said, "Can you please teach me, because I don't know." I get clean and dating a police officer. I got 2 years and I'm dating a goddamn Richmond City police officer. And all I know how to talk about is what I used to do. Y'all listen to this, man. All I talked about was what I used to do, man. Until she told me one day, "Is that all you know how to talk about, man?" Man, you got to get your whole vocabulary changed now, man. Because decent people ain't trying to hear that bullshit, man. What you doing now? What you gonna do about yourself now, man? People sitting in here, man, thinking about going back getting that pack. You know what I read, man? I read, man, in the book of the Bible, man, that money that is made fast disappears quickly. That's in the Bible. And I ain't trying to get up here and preach to nobody, but I can tell you one thing. If you're going to get out there and make that money, make sure you save some of that money for a good goddamn lawyer. Because you're going to need them. You're going to need them, man. Yeah. Man, the motherfucker told on me, what you think he going to do when his head be on the goddamn chopping block? You think he ain't going to tell on your ass? You was a toll on somebody, Jack. And most of the time it's your boy that you hanging with right up underneath every day, who can't wait for your ass to go to jail so he can go check and see how your girl doing. You all right? You need anything? You all right? Oh, yeah. So then we go to the phone, getting mad at the girl who we done brainwashed, who we done corroded with our bullshit, man. Man, my father looked at me one time, man, when I was at home before he kicked me out of his house. You know what he told me? He said, "You use everybody you come in contact with, don't you?" I don't have to use nobody today, man. Me and my girl go to Chesterfield Mall all the time. My birthday was February the 4th. And I ain't broken. I went out there and went in, started looking at some sneakers. She right there. You like those? I'll get them for you. I said, "Nah, babe, I'm all right, man." Well, I want to buy something for you. I'm not used to nobody doing nothing for me good, man. Because that shit that man told me still rings in my head. I don't have to use nobody today, man. My sponsor told me, "Stop blocking your blessings, man." When somebody trying to do something for you, man, stop blocking your blessings, man. I've been locked up down at Richmond City Jail 36 times. I've been on every tier down there. The old jail. I ain't scared, man. Going to jail, that ain't stopped me from using, man. I ain't scared to go to jail. I know everybody down there, motherfucker. That shit 3 hots in the car, boy. I need a rest anyway. Let me tell you something, man. If your thinking don't change, you're going to revisit places like this. I done already did it for y'all now, man. If your thinking don't change, you're going to revisit places like this, man. And there ain't no need to complain about the food, the air is hot, and all this here shit, your ass here, man, so you might well deal with it. I was in front of a dude one time in the child hall. He told the deputy, God damn, man, what is this shit y'all feed us, man? You know what he told him? You must like that shit you keep coming back down here. That's exactly what he told him. I said to myself, well, I ain't going to tell you a goddamn word when I get up there, because I was getting ready to say something too. See, he done already did it for me. So I ain't going to open my damn mouth up, man. You done already answered my question. I'm here, so I got to take what comes with it. Coming into recovery, man. All through high school, man, I did things my way, y'all. Self-will. They call it in the room self-will run riot. Self-will, doing what I want to do, man. And everybody sitting in here, your best goddamn thinking, got you a seat right here in the Hilton Hotel. Your best thinking. Got you a seat right in here, man. I heard the man say, what you gonna do different when you leave him out of here, man? Ah, Lord, man, life is about choices, man. You gonna continue to listen to this voice over here and say, boy, that pack over there? Or you gonna listen to this godly voice over here and say, my son, I got something for you over here. See, one thing about an addict, man, is that he's very impatient, man. You want 5 years, I heard the man say it in 5 days. This is some shit that you get a day at a time. And a day at a time, without any drugs or alcohol in your body, you come to yourself, man, because you don't know who the fuck you are. Some of y'all in jail now, been in here 60, 90 days. You just as irritated as a motherfucker. You know why, man? Because you getting to know who you are. You don't need nothing, man. I got a natural goddamn high today, man. I'm high off of life. Some shit that I missed, man, all of my life, man. Thinking that everything is a goddamn joke. And guess what? Life gonna pass your ass right on by, Jack. You're gonna be 22 one day and you're gonna look in the mirror in 10 years, gonna be done shot by, and you're gonna be 32. And you ain't gonna pay attention to those 10 years, and then 10 more years gonna go by, and you're gonna start noticing some gray in your face. And your ass just marking time. You ain't going no goddamn well. I'm gonna get that pack with my next goddamn check, man, and flip that motherfucker. And then you become your own best goddamn customer. Monkey can't sell bananas, Jack. Monkey can't sell bananas, man. Young ladies, y'all got choices to make, man. Life is about choices. Stop making a fucked up choice and then complain about it. Some of y'all in here right now locked up, but it's somebody else's fault. It ain't never your fault, man. I played that victim role, man, for a long time, man. And when I got to the end, y'all, won't nobody to blame, man. I was the major fuck up. It was all because of me. Graduated high school, and I don't know how I graduated, man. I looked at a girl paper and shit, said, slide your paper over a little bit. I didn't know whether or not I had graduated or not. And I come from a family, man, when I graduated, I could have went to the University of Kentucky if I wanted to, man. My goddamn people asked me, all right, what college you want to go to? You know what I told them? College. Just like a goddamn fool. College. The way I battled getting up out of high school. Somebody always against me, man. Why I got to do this? Let me do it my way. My way ain't work, man. My way ain't work, man. I tried that shit, man. It ain't work, man. I tried it for so long and it ain't work, man. I'm telling y'all guys, man, if your thinking don't change, man, you'll be back here or you'll be in the ground one, man. I don't play with my life today, man. I took life for granted, man, for so many years, man. When Bobby called me and asked me could I come to the Henrico County Jail, the first thing I said is, what time is it? She said, I think 5:15 from a motherfucker that walked the streets all night long in my addiction. 17 years later, I'm in the goddamn bed at 5 o'clock sharp. My eyes get to jumping all around. I got some Visine in my pocket now. My girl was like, babe, you gonna make it? I said, I hope so. Hope they don't think I'm done got a blunt or something in me sitting up here. From a motherfucker that walked the street all night long, I'm in bed at 5 o'clock. I try to sit up the front with my old lady. She'd be like, babe, go ahead on the bed. I said, Thank you very much and shit, man. The dog can't wait for me to get up and go. He beat me back there in the bedroom, man. Living a peaceful life, man. I want that for y'all, man. When you come into this process, man, the first thing you got to do, man, is deflate that ego, man. Man, you got to humble yourself, man, because in this process, some people are going to tell you some things. And that's one thing an addict don't like. An addict don't like for nobody to tell them nothing, man. You don't know what to do, but you don't want nobody to tell you what to do. That's a fucked up situation to be in, man. Let somebody guide you, man. Let somebody show you, man, this way, man. There's millions of people out there. I go to meetings all the time and been going to them for 16 years because that's what the program said. And when I go in a meeting and I see somebody in there with 35 years, you know what I tell myself? You need to keep on coming too, dummy. See, because the disease will talk to you in your own voice like it's doing some people in here right now. You know what it's saying? Man, I can't wait for this shit here to be over with, man. I'm the first one on the phone when I get back to the tier, man. Listen to this shit for about 20 more minutes and I'm out of here, man. We're real good at listening, man, but can you hear what I say, man? All my life, I thought that a person that didn't drink or drug, I called them squares. Get kicked out of the Marine Corps with 11 months to go, man, because I can't stop partying. Started smoking crack down there in North Carolina in 1986. Can't get them people 4 years. All I'm thinking about is how wrong they treating me. Let me tell you something, man. Get off that pity pot you on, man, because life's going to go on with or without your ass anyway. Make good decisions for yourself, man. And then I get out of jail, my family got to send me money to come back home, bringing a wife home with an other than honorable discharge. Because I wanted to do things my way. Not one time did I think to myself that I would be the first in line at the post office if I just gave them people 4 years of my life. All I thought about was I'm the goddamn victim. And I paid for it too, man. I paid for it. I've been homeless twice. The second time was for 5 years, man. I remember one winter, man, I almost froze to death out there, man, and I still didn't stop, man. I still didn't stop. Let me tell you something, man. You better get around some winners up in here. You better get around some guys, and I think I heard this man talking about, you better get around some people who trying to go somewhere in life. Because all that other bullshit, man, that shit ain't about nothing, man. That shit gonna end you up right back here, man. I talked to one of the guys that I was in the Marines with. He was one of my roommates, a black guy down there in Georgia, man. Been on his job ever since he got out in 1989. 30-something years, man, down there making car parts. Supervisor of about 15 people. Them people, man, like my father said, they had a game plan in life and stuck with it. It wasn't my game plan to become no goddamn crack addict. Skid row bum, homeless on the street. That wasn't in the plans, man. That was not in the plans. I used to hang with a dude in the street named John. And John died, man, 8 years ago when I was laying in the bed waiting for them people to make me a goddamn leg so I could stand on. And I got the news that John, back there in the bedroom, dead, rigor mortis done set in, and his girlfriend up there in the front room, high as a bitch, didn't even know the man was dead all night long. And John was the type of a person, man, let me tell you something, man. You gonna become who you hang around. I can tell you that shit right now. You can hang around all that negative shit and feed into that shit all you want to, and you ain't going nowhere. And if you talk about somebody who's trying to do something different, and you trying to do something different, them the people who I be talking to, man. I remember being in the streets, man, and I'm going to get to the end of my story about how one day, man, God had to intervene in my life, man, and take the taste of crack and Hot 211 and Cisco and all that shit out my mouth, man. He had to take it. He had to take it in order for me to stop a day at a time. And John was the type of dude, you know what he used to say? When I was in the streets, man, wearing the same goddamn clothes, weeks on end, man, skin dark as hell, dope boys laughing at my ass. We be drinking a beer, man, and he finished the beer up and taking it and busting on the ground right beside the trash can. And I used to look at him, I used to say, man, damn, man, the trash can right there, man. Y'all know what his famous word was? Man, fuck that shit. Yeah, he's always, man, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit. Let me tell you something, man, if you got a fuck that shit type of attitude, I feel bad for you, man. I feel bad for you, man. I was standing in Johnson Wall one night, man. It's a lot of people, man. I want to tell y'all guys and girls, there's a lot of people, man, that God gonna place before you, man. It's up to you. I don't know whether or not I'm one of them or not, but I try to deliver a clear message of recovery and what God has done for me. God gonna place some people in your life. It's up to you to pay attention to them or not. Somebody trying to tell you something. Somebody knows something you don't know. Anyway, this guy walked up to me, and him it was three of us when we was in the streets. We used to always say, man, we all we got, man. That was our motto. The three amigos, Frick, Frack, and Fred. Larry, Curly, and Mo. And he walked up to me one day, and I was in Johnson Wall, and I was at my lowest, man. I was at my lowest, and he walked up to me, man, and the first thing I said is, who this motherfucker here want, man? And he stood beside me for a few minutes, and he said, man, who got something? And I came to attention just like a soldier. Best news I had heard all day long. I said, that young boy over there got something, I think. He said, go over there and get us a 20. And I'm going to tell you, man, I'm glad that I got clean before fentanyl hit, because I would have been a dead motherfucker. You know why? Because an addict going to always say, if the plug give it to you and say, man, ain't nothing in this, we believe him off top, man. Believe him off top. I'd be dead, man, if I was still out there. Because with my luck, I'm going to say, man, I don't give a fuck if it's in there or not. I ain't got nothing to lose. I went over there, and like they say in the rooms, a dummy bought a dummy. And when I was out there, man, them cats was playing real unfair, man. And I understand now they were selling crack, but they were starting to develop a dope habit. Like I said, a monkey can't sell bananas. Curiosity killed the cat. The boy used to sell me the real shit. That day he sold me a dummy. And there's something about when you get sold a dummy and you know it, because I ain't did nothing but blink my eyes and he was gone. I'm like, damn, what? That motherfucker magician or what the fuck you? I look all I made, damn, man. He disappeared. The dude was mad. He was like, man, damn, Kev. I said, man, I ain't know, man. He stood beside me for a few minutes. It was getting ready to get dark. He said, man, you want to go to the motel and get off the streets tonight, man? I said, man, I ain't got no money, man. He said, man, you want to go to the motel? I said, yeah. We went up to Belmont on Chamberlain Avenue, and we got to the window. He took his shoe off, and he had $1,500 in there. 15 $100 bills, man. And we went in that motel, man, and he kept running in and out, and I was in there stuck smoking crack, and it came time for me to leave. He got locked up that night, man, and that next day, man, May the 28th, 2006, man, I walked down to Monroe Park, which was a homeless hangout when I was down there. It's where everybody in the city of Richmond congregated and let people come and feed them. And I thank God for them people that was out there, man, that got up early in the morning to come feed somebody like me, man, because I had the inability to feed myself. I live to use, and I use to live. And I walked up to that park, and as I looked at everybody, man, they looked like one big dusty-ass dust rag. And I was looking at some people, how some people just happy as they could be in the streets going nowhere, man. And as I walked into the park, people was coming up to me and, okay, what you doing, boy? And I wasn't in no playing mood, man. I wasn't in no playing mood. I was hurt, I was scarred, and I was done hard, man. And all the stealing I had done for my family, everything I had done to people, the hurt I had done to people was starting to come to a head, man. You know, I went over there and I stood in line, man, with a plate in my hand. I'm 6 feet, 4 inches tall, with everybody else coming around my waist, man. And I was starting to feel some kind of way, man. I could feel a nervous breakdown coming. I just didn't know when. I got my plate, I went over there and sat on the side of the curb. John, who I told y'all who died when I was in the bed, he came over there and said, man, I've been waiting for you, boy. Come on here, man, get the fuck out that line, man. Get up, man, come on, let's go over Josh, boy, I got you. And he put 4 $20 bills up underneath my nose, man. And I looked at him, man, like I wanted to kill him, and I told him, man, leave me alone, man. Just leave me alone, John. I sat there, man, and I was watching people, man, and they had 2 buses that go to Victory Tabernacle Church, man, and I decided to get on that bus. Not to go to church to cry out to God, but God had other plans, man. I was a Skid Row bum with a pair of filthy-ass sweatpants on, a pair of dirty-ass knockoff, goddamn it all, Air Force Ones that I had wore the heel from the back to the front. Smelling like a buffalo. Feeling some kind of a way, man. You know, when I went there and I sat in church, man, I could smell the aroma coming from up underneath my arm, and there was a short white woman beside me, man. And a black guy on the stage started playing some trumpets, man, and I started crying. That was my breaking point. That's my breaking point right there. I started crying. And that woman, she jumped up, man, and she hugged me, man, and she said, son, you're going to be all right. And I went into a program that day, and if I could stay clean until the 18th, the 28th of next month, it'll be 17 years, a day at a time. God had to intervene in my life, and I'm going to do his will. I don't know about tomorrow, but I plan on doing it today because he showed and blessed me, man. He surely has blessed me, man. I got a good woman, man, that who's been with me 5 years, and I'm 90% comfortable around her, man. Sometimes I say to myself, God damn, how can you just leave a job and everything? You see, because it took me a long time, man, to love my damn self after I got clean. Because I'm the addict who stole his father's shotgun, pistol, changed out his job, thought about killing him one night, man. I'm going to tell y'all guys something, man. You better learn about this disease that we got, who tell us in our own ear, man, don't pay no attention to that motherfucker, man. Motherfucker don't know what he's talking about, man. You got a disease, man, that talks to you in your own voice. And some of y'all know what I'm talking about. I got choices to make, man. Do I want to do God's will, or do I want to continue to do my will? Doing God's will ain't a bad thing, man. It ain't a bad thing, young blood. I remember when I got clean, man, that man who I stole from, he wouldn't come see me when I was in the program. When I finished the program, 9 months later, he started coming to get me at the recovery apartments I was in, man. Looking at me, just checking me out, y'all. Because you know what the people saying about you and all? Yeah, he in the program in the jail and all, but he ain't going to do nothing, though. They'll already counted your ass out. You know how? You know how I know? Because they counted me out. I'm here to count y'all asses back in, though. See, they done counted y'all out. You ain't going to never change, man. You too slick, man. I done seen her come here 5 times. She ain't going to never do nothing different. Man, we can change, man. You got to have a God in your life, though, man. You serve the devil? You serving the devil? Why not serve God? You'll do the devil's will and get mad when you get the goddamn, the results that come with serving the devil. You get mad then. God ain't got nothing but some good things for you, man. I got so many material things, man, that don't make no goddamn sense, man. I got over 300 pair of goddamn tennis shoes. I got about 50 sweatsuits, but that shit don't buy peace, though, man. It don't buy peace, man. It don't buy a hard woman, man. It's too hard, man, serving the devil, man. It's too hard, man. Too much stuff come with it, man. And let me tell you something right now, man. If you dealing with drugs, man, get prepared, man, for horns to grow out your goddamn head. Ain't nothing godly about it, man. Ain't nothing godly about a man who would trick his goddamn woman off to the dope, man. Ain't nothing godly about that, man. Ain't nothing godly about going in there taking your 18-month-old child money out her piggy bank. And you know what the disease will tell you? You'll put it back tomorrow. How many of y'all heard that voice? Man, you put that shit back tomorrow, man. You know what, man? Tomorrow ain't never come, bro. Not for me. And if it ain't come for me, it ain't gonna come for y'all either, man. You know what the preacher man said, man? He said, man, why is it, man, that I want to do good, but evil, man, is always right there. The good that I want to do, man, I can't do it, man. There's something about going to the left that excites me, man. When I know that it's peace and tranquility over here, man. Let me tell you something, man. I went to the gas station, man, over a month ago, man. And I was the first one to win in the gas station, man. Won't nobody in there. I put up to the pump. They wouldn't use my debit card. So I had to go in the bank. As soon as I go in there, I spot a wallet on the floor. A pregnant wallet. One, because I'm a dope fiend that's got money oozing all out the side of that bitch, man. Let me tell you, man, this is a daily battle, man. The battle is won in the mind. Remember that, y'all. The battle is won in the mind. I had took it going on to serve the devil with my good sharing ass in Henrico County Jail. I said, I got his ass now, boy, whoever it is. Picked it up, man, and as I came up, I heard that soft whisper of God saying, ain't I been good to you? Man, there's something about when you get clean, man, your conscience wakes up. Your conscience wake up, man. See, y'all got consciences, man, but it's sleep. Drugs and alcohol done put it to sleep. When you give yourself a chance and your body get clean, you're going to get a conscience, man. And it was the hardest thing I had to do, Mr. Shinhouser, with 16 years clean, was to go back and get that man his goddamn wallet. I ain't want to do it, man, but I did it. And you know what? When I handed it to him, you know what I said? Here, man. Man. Here, man. He was like, oh, man, damn, man. Damn, man. I just sold one of my pit bull puppies, man. And y'all know what I did after I gave it to him? I kept my hand out there, man. My God. I said, man, get off of me, man. Sometimes it just ain't fair doing the right thing, but you know why I did it, y'all? Because I like to sleep good at night. That's why I did it, man. Man, it's a God in me now, man. It's a God in me, man, that I lived through, bro. I've been locked up 18 times alone for shoplifting. I was sitting at the table with my father one day. You know what he told me? When I was eating up his food, and my sandwich was this tall, and I was just going to take a bite into that jank. And I happened to look over at him, and he had a flat sandwich. I started saying, he ain't got no meat in this shit. Now he ain't got no meat in it because my leeching ass done put it all on my sandwich. You know what he told me, man? He said, you the luckiest cat I ever seen in my life, man. He said, I ain't never seen nobody go to jail as many times as you do and come right back out. And go right back in there and come right back out, man. I done did time, man, 8 months, 6 months, did that time and got out and went straight back to the same tier the same night. I done did that twice, man. And down in the city jail, one of them young boys said, man, yo, man, did you just leave here, man? I was like, yeah. And he was mad to me. I said, I might gotta put my hands up. He said, man, you need to get your motherfucking head checked, man. That's exactly what he told me, man. I had a PO. I ain't had to go see the lady number for 90 days, and I bucked on her ass. She said, Mr. Bland, I have people that have to see me for the rest of their life. You only have to come see me for 90 days. What is your problem? You know what I told her? My color was yellow. What y'all turning it to red for? You shouldn't have turned it to red. buck on their ass, man. So guys, let me tell you something, man. This right here is the easiest softer way, man. God gonna place people in your life, man, just like he did mine. I'm gonna end with this one. I got one more story to tell you. It's people that have helped me to get right here where I'm at, man. Some of them stayed clean, some of them didn't stay clean. That's why I'm telling you, man, you have got to pay attention with a clear mind, people that come across your path in your life that's trying to tell you some good stuff, man. You got to pay attention, man. It was a guy in jail one time, and every time I got locked up, he would be in there too. And I see him downtown sometime. I ain't seen him in a while. He a pure liquor drinker. He's a liquor drinker. He ain't no drug. He drank liquor. And I can remember being on E3 with him, man, with my stomach touching my back, because my family ain't never sent me nothing when I was down there. You know what they told me? You right down there where you want to be at. Click up, you call and collect anyway. That's the kind of love I got. This dude said, Kev, you ain't got nothing, man. I said, nah, man. He would always give me 2 or 3 items, man, every Friday, man. I'm like, wow. And I was on one of them tears one time with my own first cousin, man. I said, man, can I get a couple of them cookies, man? You know what he said, man? Man, come on here with that shit, man. I said, man, God damn, man. My own first cousin. I said, man, fuck you, man. And they didn't give me none either. Didn't give me my own first cousin, man. That's why I rolled by his ass all day when he was at the bus stop. But I pressed down on the gas when I got right there where his ass was at. I fixed your motherfucking ass. Gave him some cookies. I might would have stopped and gave you everything. See how you miss your blessings, man? I'm telling you, man. This guy, man, that always gave me items down there, man, when I got clean, going to meetings downtown, he used to always be right there where Lowe's at. You know what I used to do? I said, man, come on here, man. We go in the store. I said, man, go back there and get a small wine. Come on up here. I'm going to get you a cheap pack of cigarettes and take this $5, man. And I did that about 10 times that I saw him. I always gave him money. And I used to always tell him, why am I doing this? Why I'm doing this, man? He said, man, damn, Kevin, you always tell me that shit, man. I said, man, why am I looking out for you like this, man? You know what he said? Because I looked out for you, man, when we was locked up. And you know what I told him? Your ass better be glad that you did, man. Because I'll walk right on by your ass just like I don't even know you. It's people, man, that helped me get to where I'm going to, man. And I remember them along the way. I hit a number last week, man. I comboed a number 6 times and hit that bitch. You know the first thing I did? I rolled around on corners, man, and gave people money, man. See, because a closed fist, man. See, a closed fist, man, can't get nothing, man. God gave it to me, so I got to give something away. Let me tell you something, man. You can live with a closed fist all you want to, man, and you're going to miss your blessings from God above, man. It's some things that I found out by staying clean, man, that this is a spiritual illness that we have. But it ain't about God. It's a spiritual illness, man. And let me tell you something, man. The battle is won in the mind. You got to feed your mind, man, with right information, man. All that other crackerjack shit that you got stirring around up there, man, let some good stuff get in there and keep on getting in there, man. Because I'm going to tell you right here, man, this is the best goddamn thing smoking, man. This is the best thing smoking, man. You get on God's team, get your life together, you ain't got to worry about nothing, man. He got you, man. Well, there's a whole lot of scrambling on that end right there, man. Would you agree, man? There's too much scrambling, man, on that end, man. You know, and I ain't go through everything that I went through. I know, man, that I'm a very spiritual dude today, man. And I don't talk about this lifestyle, man. I live this way, man. And there's people in the rooms, man, addicts that don't want to see you do good. We addicts, man. I know who to deal with in the rooms and who will be the first one to laugh. You hear people talk about it all the time. People come to meetings dressed up. If I come in this bitch looking raggedy, you going to say I'm using. Kev must be using that. Look at this goddamn tennis shoe. That motherfucker must be used, man. See, so people gonna talk about you, man, whether you do good or bad, man. They gonna talk about you whether you do good or bad, man. Feel good about yourself. And let me tell you something, man. Going out here, man, and jumping and getting a girl up underneath your arm, that ain't gonna fill that hole in your heart, Jack. Man, can't no woman make me feel happy, man. See, happiness comes from within. She can add to it, like my girl do. You know what she tell me sometimes? Baby, it seems like I love you more than you love me. I said, I love you. I said, but you know what? I ain't playing that stupid shit no more. I ain't playing that I'm going to kill you and I'm going to kill myself. Now, one thing I do know, that if this right here don't work, there's more than one woman on this planet, Jack. There's more than one woman on this planet, man. And I done stopped drinking and drugging and I stopped smoking cigarettes and stomach done got motherfucking big as a bitch, man. I ain't mad though, man. This is the good life right here. And I'm gonna go home and get my eat on. Y'all guys been good, man. Thank you, John.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, sir.
I love you, man.
Love you too, homie. Thank God. Thank God.
Thank you for the word. Thank you
Thank
for the
God.
message.
Thank God.
Boss, you got any last words for these guys? Well, I'm waiting on Marshall. I want to make sure the sheriff understands. We appreciate her letting us up in here. Y'all were fabulous tonight.
But I'm damn so glad I didn't miss this.
Ah.
Glad I was here. Glad I was here. Man, that was so damn good. We were getting him to come back.
Hey, he did say fuck a lot.
Oh, yeah. We were cleaning up things.
He got the Bible quote one verse and fucking in the other, man. I was all confused, man.
Good message. Good message, Kev. Hey, I don't know how many of y'all, I see a bunch of new faces.
Hold the mic, man. They can't
Every
hear
time
you.
they got me, I got two mics. John.
Oh.
They can, I see a bunch of new faces, but man, we got to come to my man in the back here, man. He know this thing been rolling. This thing been rolling. There's a couple of guys that been here the entire time, man. Right here. They know this thing been rolling. You know what I'm saying? All I said, just like I said last week, man, just bring something. Just bring something, and you gonna get something. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I like what he was saying. We gotta quiet some of that noise, man. You know what I do? I told a brother earlier this week. 3 days out of the week, I'm listening. You know, I love to talk, but 3 days out of the week, I'm listening. You know? And I had to learn how to listen. And man, it's been of great benefit to me. We used to hear this old saying, man, if you're the smartest person in your group, then you need to get another group.
That's right.
You know, you need to get with somebody that you can learn from. You know, I get with some people that I ain't doing no whole lot of chopping it up. I'm trying to listen to what they say. You know? Man, I am on the board of Maxine. I love going to those meetings once a month and listening to what's being said. It takes me to another level. I sit down and listen and I research and go over this stuff with my dictionary. I love doing that. You know?
You know, you can just Google it. You ain't got to use the dictionary.
But the idea, somebody have heard me say, I want to be in that learning mode till the day that I die. Like he said, I don't never want to think I know everything. You know? I want to be in that learning mode till the day that I die. You know?
You know, I want to point something out to you guys and girls. I hope you heard Daniel's story. You know, you can't count on an angel saving your ass when you get up out of here. He's lucky. You know, that was a God moment. Somebody intervened on him, a higher power. And when you exit here, this might be your last good chance, you know, to avoid catastrophe. You know, so I do strongly encourage y'all, take advantage of a last good chance and don't get all stupid when you leave up out of here. You know, if you come right back, you're going to feel awful stupid, you know, so you can avoid that. Recovery ain't that hard. This is the easier, softer way, recovery. And you're not going to miss anything in active addiction. You're not going to miss the drug get high, because the recovery high is going to be better than the drug get high. You know, so get excited about your release date when it comes. Get excited about chasing your recovery. Chase your recovery like you would your drugs, and you can't miss. It is that simple. And there is a pathway for everybody. You know, there's so many different avenues of recovery out there, you can't miss. So just, you know, think about that tonight. Think about the drug get high and the recovery get high. Because once you get the good high, you don't want to go back to a lower high. I mean, that's just natural addiction 101. Anyways, are we good?
Yeah. What I wanted to say as well, and my man back here can verify that, we are committed. We are committed. You know, we show up.
Yeah.
And twice a year we bring donuts.
Time of year coming up, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right, y'all were fabulous tonight. Thank you so much. Thank you, Sheriff.
Thank you for being here.
Yep.